What's poppin' people, SSJAipom here with episode 12 of the Super Attack Analysis series. If you're new to the series, this is where we check out various mentor skills or iconic super attacks from parallel quests. These aren't skill tests or comparisons of skills, just some notable features or uses of the super attacks in combat. Without further ado, let's get into the video. As always, we'll be using the extra thick female Saiyan Potan for testing purposes. Her stats are not at all padded for damage in these tests. This series is to show you guys useful ways to link into or use your unlocked super attacks if they're on your custom created character or even cast characters that might have them. In this video, we're checking out the Hit Mentor skills. He pops up after buying DLC Pack 1, and he needs no introduction. If you've played online for more than literally 5 minutes, you know who Hit is. Hit has 4 main skills we learned from him, and of course those are Flash, Skewer, Jump Spike, Backbreaker, and Tremor Pulse. You can collect his other iconic skills from the Dragonball wishes. We'll be talking about Flash, Fist Crush, and Time Skip Molotov as well. Flash Skewer is an unblockable skill that casts a ring in front of the user. If the enemy makes contact with the ring at all, they are frozen and will take damage. Think of this attack as a command grab. You press the input and an unblockable attack comes out. We'll look at these moves in the context that they first appear. In general, Hit has a lot of combos that leave the enemy open to be hit with a free Time Skip Molotov. These super attacks are alternative combo enders or extensions of those stun combos without as much resource usage and risk. I'd say that's why the damage on the time skip moves is so low before using the pure progress transformation. Using this skill as an ender will stand the opponent back up from the helpless state and make them recovery roll back to neutral. In that regard, it is very much a combo ender since it can't be followed up by many cancels or attacks. I recommend using this move to get some reliable chipping damage on an opponent who can't escape a combo or is trying to mash guard to get a perfect block or something. You can't block a grab, of course. This move is very stylish and captures the look of the anime perfectly, with the whole purple thing flying out the back of the opponent's head when they get hit. It looks very good, very satisfying. And the priority of the attack actually all depends on the ring being active, so if the ring hasn't spawned yet, you can still be hurt by an attacker who's rushing in on you. But if your timing is A1, you can pretty much go unhit for a while using this move and some of the other ones that Hit does have on his moveset or teaches you.
Give up!
Jump Spike actually shares properties with Flash Skewer. This move is like an advancing command grab, and on contact with your opponent, it will freeze them in place and do a single shot that will do an inescapable knockback from my understanding of it. Jump Spike has an advanced mechanic where the player can charge it up actually, and charging it does nothing for the damage of the move, but it will increase the range that the attack travels, so you can always do that. Remember, this skill cannot be blocked at all. It's pretty much a grab. You can find some of the best uses of this skill after a stun combo or heavy knockdown combo since it will trigger while the target is helpless. You should know that this move doesn't give you any super armor or iframes, so being hit by a key blast will actually cancel it out. An easy way to catch the opponent with one of these things is to bait them in from a distance. If they try to dash attack you, you can out-prioritize them and they'll take some easy damage. It's very reliable, especially after knockdown combos for sure, like I said. And after heavy knockdowns, it's very, very, very easy to go into. And male Saiyans can do it after just a heavy combos. Like, that's an example. But yeah, I love this move. Hit can actually go into this thing online after a heavy combo as well, and I'm pretty sure it's unescapable. I probably shouldn't have shared that with you guys. Backbreaker is like a reverse version of Flash Skewer. This move covers you from your opponent snap vanishing or attacking you from behind. In team battles, you should note that this skill will only capture hostile players you're targeting, so if there is more than one person you're fighting, you will not be able to catch someone you're not targeting with Backbreaker, even though that will look cool as hell. This is literally the same thing as Flash Skewer, except it takes place by putting the ring behind your back instead of in front of you. As soon as the target touches the ring, they are punished immediately. They're caught in the grab, and you do a cool turnaround uppercut to their chin or something like that. It looks really good though. A good way to fish for these is to try to get your opponent to snap vanish by just standing in the path that they've been knocked back in, or baiting it with an obvious combo ender that moves kind of slow. Don't be too predictable and use it after every time the opponent snap vanishes or something. Instead, try to get an eye for how they play and try to read their moves, so that way you can actually time it and look like the badass that the move portrays you to be. This skill is great for wiping out your opponent's momentum, and it has definitely saved me a couple of times in matches when there were like burst dashes, or if I wanted to prove a point by shutting the enemy down in my heyday. I love this move though, it looks really good. Flash Fist Crush is the iconic skill you have to wish for, and I need to work on saying that because it's a tongue twister. This attack is exclusive to Hit's first variation, but it's very, very interesting. Activating the skill will put you into a pose after a short while, and you'll do a mighty punch that has a shockwave around it. The shockwave is very, very important. You should note that you can trigger the skill again and just fire it as a delayed punch. Alternatively, if the enemy hits you while you're in the pose, you do a counterattack, and this is almost always most successful when the opponent is in front of you. You'll see it happen a lot when you go for it and they get behind you somehow. You'll be invulnerable, but you won't hurt them at all. The advanced mechanic of this skill is important because it can actually counter and nullify Ki Blast as well. Even some supers and ultimate attacks get wiped out completely by coming into contact with your punch from this thing. This makes this skill incredibly useful in the situations where you want to look like a badass and keep all your stamina at the same time. Another fun fact is while the enemy is helpless, you can use this skill to keep the hit counter going even though the knockback won't apply. Keep in mind that the ripples caused by the move act as a part of its hitbox and will still damage the target in most cases if the fist didn't connect. You can see it be used to like extend some combos or go into time skip Molotov actually by keeping the hit counter alive before the enemy could get back up. It's really good. Time skip Molotov is one of the most flashy and satisfying moves in the game thanks to the cinematic alone. This move has pretty low damage, it has a very limited range, and its key cost is a bit high for what it does, but it's still one of my favorite moves visually in the game, both in spectator mode and as the person using it. It's not a hard move to combo into by any means, and in fact after any one of Hit's stun combos you can just time skip Molotov, or instead of doing a stamina break you can go for the time skip, or as long as the opponent can't snap vanish you can pretty much go into it. And custom characters can easily combo into it from warp combos or bounce combos near the floor as well, and it can be used on a helpless target on the floor in most cases. So you have a lot of ways to get into this thing. It's not as hard as it seems to get into. You just have to be really, really close to your opponent for the initial grab to work. Of course this move can be blocked, and I think that's kind of shitty for a 5-bar move, but whatever. In pure progress mode, Hit does actually make this thing hit a lot harder. In fact, all of his time skip moves do hit a little bit harder, and I wish we did get the pure progress transformation for custom created characters. That'd have been a nice little touch, but again, it's a thing. Damage wise, it's no Dragon Fist or Justice combination, but it is more than likely more respected than both of those skills. If only there were like more strike super like variations or something like that for builds, you know. But such is the life of Xenoverse 2. Tremor Pulse is an evasive move that I honestly don't like as an evasive move. The concept is very gimmicky and it requires the kick to connect to the target's body to trigger the effect. Now, it would be okay if everything like this worked online, but because online is handled so poorly, stuff like this is it's lackluster to say the least. Think of it as if you were to pop up near the target and use Backbreaker or Flash Skewer like on them as soon as you reach them. You don't have to use it as an evasive in most cases, of course, because you don't really need evasives in this game unless there's some cheese going on, but you don't really have to use it as an evasive. However, as an offensive move, it's an interesting option for sure. After a stamina break, if you know you have the death combo ready, you can use it after a knockback attack to stop the knockback momentum and close distance. The hit stun is so strong you can actually continue the combo or go into an ultimate. The first thing that came to mind when I used it like this was to go into time skip Molotov. You should know by this point, of course, that this is a escape move, so you're going to be using 3 bars of stamina, and on a personal note, I wouldn't advise wasting more than 1 bar of stamina on extending a combo if it's not a death combo. If the opponent is in their last bar of health and you're in a good connection, and you know for sure you won't drop the stylish combo, maybe, just maybe, then I could recommend using the skill at all. But the advanced mechanic lets you appear in front of your target as an alternative, but again, it's something I'd only look at for being stylish, and using Hit and custom characters, I gotta say, I wouldn't use it at all in the stylish category. It's a waste of resources if you're not gonna get the kill off, so there's that. That of course ends our skill analysis portion of the video, so the only thing left to do is to test these skills against Hit's AI. Hit is a character I'm sure most of you don't need an introduction on, and I'm pretty sure some of you already use him. In anything less than 5 bars, he is a pain to deal with online, to say the least. If you haven't, check out the combo references and the stamina break combos on the channel for more insight on the cast and some pointers to bring to online PvP and PvE missions, of course. Even the raids, they work in raids too. Of course, you'll be able to find Hit and every other cast character already done. In fact, I might be redoing some of the older ones now that I'm a bit better at the game and know a bit more what I'm talking about. I hope that these skill analysis videos inspire you guys to try out new things and check out moves you overlooked or probably didn't look at much on your custom created characters, on the cast characters that have them. I'm going to push back the redone Piccolo and Krillin videos for a bit since the older ones were already on the channel, but we did get a few requests that seem interesting, so you can expect to see those in the coming days. We got Broly, Bardock, Cooler, Zarbon, Frieza. I'm going to work on all those pretty soon when I have the time for it. So if there are any other skills you'd like for me to break down like this for you in the future, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Enjoy the twerking by the assassin. My time skip is unbeatable. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my... I can't do it. Target it. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves, guys.